Hey everyone, this is Jane with Barlow Herbal, and this little video is to give you some information about the amazing plant called Lomatium. Lomatium dissectum, and the variation is multifida. Lomatium is not very well known because it only grows in the wild. It's never been successfully cultivated, and it actually grows in the Pacific Northwest, which is the only place in the world where it grows. This is a plant that my dad studied for many, many years, and about 40 years ago he developed a liquid extract of this plant that we call LDM 100. And it is actually named after the plant, which is Lomatium dissectum, and then the variation is multifida. So it's a very amazing plant. It does all kinds of things. It's actually a broad spectrum antimicrobial. So the information that I'm going to share with you in this video is not meant to be medical advice. I am not a doctor. This is to simply educate you, entertain you, and give you some information about my experience with Lomatium. I've actually been taking Lomatium since I was about 15. So I'm in my mid-50s now, so almost 40 years. I've been using this plant in my family, with my kids, now with my grandkids, and it has been a game changer for me and my kids and the way that I've been able to take care of my health naturally. So the thing with Lomatium, the most important thing for people to know, is that there's a small percentage of people that when they take Lomatium, especially a full root extract, which is what the LDM is, there is a 7% chance that you will get a full body, one-time detox rash. This rash is not pleasant. It can be scary. It covers your whole body. It's itchy. There can be swelling. There can be a little bit of a fever. And it is really an uncomfortable rash. And if you don't know what this is and you are not familiar with this part of Lomatium, it can be a really uncomfortable, scary rash to go through. So I've actually got a couple of pictures here. So this is a picture of a woman's arm, and that's pretty typical. Here's also a picture of a woman's, her arms, and you can also see it on parts of her legs. And here's a back. It's got a little bit of a glare there. So this is someone's back, and that's pretty typical. And this rash actually covered her whole body, and most people, it covers the whole body. Now here's a rash that's actually very mild, and this is right here on the chest. And over the years that I have been using Lomatium and actually doing the LDM 100, I have seen literally hundreds, if not thousands, of rashes. And it appears to happen only one time. I have really come to believe that it is a one-time detox. And that the reason I believe that is because we see that people that use Lomatium again don't get the rash again. There's probably been 2 or 3 times in the last probably 5 or 6 years when I have had someone get a light rash the second time. But on all of those times, they were people that had used LDM or Lomatium, gotten the one-time detox rash, and then not used it. So it's been long periods of time between when they used it the first time and when they used it the second time. And I would say long periods of time, like a year or more. So what we find is that the rash shows up between days 5 and 7. So if you're gonna get a rash, it doesn't show up on the first couple of days typically. I have heard of a person getting a rash after about 2 or 3 days, and that's usually if you take a super high dose, and you're going to get a rash anyway. It's going to show up pretty quickly, but usually it shows up between days 5 and 7, and it can be a light flush, it can be full body, it can be itchy and swelling and fever, and really uncomfortable, like I said. I would say about 50% of the people who get the rash lower the dosage and just keep going. We find that if you lower the dosage and keep going, it doesn't make the rash go away faster if you stop altogether. But I would say a good 50% also just stop taking it while the rash is doing its thing. And usually whatever issue or issues that you've had or someone's had, like chronic systemic yeast infections or urinary tract infections or fungus infections, people with shingles, people with issues like Lyme or herpes, viral issues that kind of get stuck in your tissues, and a lot of people believe you'll never get rid of some of these viruses. I've seen amazing things happen when using this plant. So it's not anything to be afraid of, it's just something very much to be aware of. And use it, I say with caution, but you know, I use it on my own grandkids and I use it on my own kids when they were babies. So both my boys are in their 30s now and have only ever used LDM 100 as a plant antimicrobial. So I even hesitate saying natural plant antibiotic because it doesn't destroy anything beneficial. Like if you take a prescription antibiotic, which I truly believe can be necessary and can save your life in the right situation, but when you take a prescription antibiotic, it not only destroys all the bad stuff, it destroys all of your good stuff too. So all the beneficial bacteria that you need for good health. Now, about 6 years ago, we brought out a formula that was designed and developed to prevent the rash. Okay, this formula is called MunityBoost. And we take the I off, so it's not immunity, but MunityBoost. And it looks like this. Let me show you. So you've got LDM 100, which is right here. And then you've got MunityBoost, okay? Now MunityBoost has 25% Lomatium or LDM 100 in it. So it will go after colds, flu, any type of fungus, yeast, any type of a microbial that you don't want in your body besides a parasite. This is not a parasite cleanse. But there's other herbs in here that support and detox your liver. And the main ones that do that are dandelion root, which is very well known for supporting and detoxing your liver. Red root, which also helps to clear mucus out of your organs. It has a lot of amazing properties. And we find that when we support and detox the liver and support your other organs, that we're able to prevent the one-time rash in the huge majority of people. So 7%, about 7% get the rash when they take LDM for the first time. But what I find is about 0.1% will still get the rash when they take MunityBoost. So it's not a 100% guarantee that you won't get the rash, but it definitely will help lessen your chances of getting the rash. And it's awesome to give your liver and your organs some good support. And what I would suggest, if it were me, I would go, and I'd never used a Lomatium, I would go through 1 bottle of MunityBoost, and then you should be able to transition directly over to LDM 100 right after that. We have a lot of people that just prefer to stay on the MunityBoost. So if that's something that works for you and works well for you, that is actually a really great option to have the MunityBoost. It wasn't something we always had out. So to have MunityBoost as an option to start with and acclimate your body, support and detox your organs. So basically you're just exchanging one organ, your skin, for your liver and your other organs, and you're supporting them, you're detoxing them instead of it coming out and detoxing your skin. So that is an awesome, awesome option to Lomatium. Now we also put Lomatium into a throat spray, and we've had that out for a couple of years now. And this is what the throat spray looks like. Oh, there's a nice sun here, which is phenomenal. The Lomatium is about 10% in this. This is in a vegetable glycerin and honey base. It also has 14 other herbs. It has 3 essential oils, which are eucalyptus, lemon, and tea tree. And it has menthol crystals. And we have not had one person get a rash from the throat spray. And it's great for kids. It's great. Even the LDM is amazing for little kids. I mean, I used it on my own kids when they were just babies, a couple of months old. And you just simply take the dosage down. And while we're on that, just a couple more things I want to kind of tell you about the Lomatium, which is amazing. It appears that your body does not build an immunity to it. So I actually take it every day during cold and flu season. I do about a half a dropper full, which is about 25 drops, but you don't have to sit and count it. And that's just for an average body weight, and I'm just talking about as a prevention. So in the morning, I squeeze a half a dropper full into a little bit of water. We don't do anything to sweeten or dilute the LDM or the MunityBoost. So it's very, very concentrated. So we do suggest that you put it into a little bit of water. You could add it to juice. You could add it to tea, about a 1/4 cup. Add it, drink it down. When you add it to the water, it will turn milky, and that's normal. That's normally what those properties of Lomatium will do when you add it to a little bit of water. And I just do it once a day during cold and flu season as a preventative. I also take it every day if I ever travel. So if I get on an airplane, I take Lomatium as a preventative. Now, another cool thing that I've come to really realize about Lomatium is that there's no organ toxicity. So you can safely increase the dosage until it does the job. And my best example of that is about 10 or 11 years ago, I got a UTI, which is a urinary tract infection. I'd never had one. It was horrible, horrible. So I actually went to the doctor. My husband was worried enough about me and the pain I was in that I needed to go see what was going on. And it was a urinary tract infection. And so I came home and I started taking 50 drops, which is 2 half-dropperfuls of LDM, and I did that every hour. Every hour, I took 50 drops of LDM for about 12 hours. And when I got up the next day, my UTI was gone. So everything that I have been using this for 40 years, it appears very, very safe to simply increase the dosage until it does the job, which is amazing. So there's all kinds of things that you can use it for. You can use it topically on warts and skin tags, which I believe are a viral infection. So topically, if you have a wart on your hand or on your foot or on your fingers, just use a drop or two right on the wart or on the skin tag. But you also need to take the Lomatium internally as well. So if say you have a wart you want to go after and you've never used Lomatium, start with a bottle of MunityBoost, use that internally, and you can use the LDM topically right away to start. So not just on a wart, but on fingernail fungus or toenail fungus. Amazing. But the thing is, with warts and funguses, you need to be a little bit patient, especially while the viral issue is clearing out because of the wart and while your toenails and fingernails grow out from the fungus. So you just need to be patient and consistent. So hopefully this information has been educational for you. This has been a wonderful plant that I can't imagine not having in my life. And if you ever have any questions, you're welcome to email us. And happy Lomatiuming. I think it's a wonderful plant that everyone needs to know about. So I hope you're having a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.